Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the two different methods that you can use on Alfaobd in order to program certain factory features to your truck that are programmed in the BCM. So our friends over at OBD Link were nice enough to send us this OBD Link EX. We are waiting on a discount code, so hopefully that will be in the description below by the time we get this video uploaded. But generally, I've been using this OBD Link MX Plus, and it's been working really well. There's been some issues reported with it as far as programming, like mileage and hour correction, for those of you who are doing like the premium cluster upgrade from like I think it's like the 3.5 to the 7-inch premium cluster that you find in like the Laramies and stuff like that. So this MX Plus with a tablet has been reported to be kind of slow, and so doing a USB to like a computer or using the computer program, possibly even with this OBD Link MX Plus, would be a good option as well. That's kind of been how people have been reporting they've been using it with success. Not saying that you can't do it with the tablet, but it's supposed to be a lot more effective using the laptop or a computer to program it. So we're going to go ahead and program. You see this light sitting over here. This is a 2019 and newer LED third brake light or center high mount stop lamp from obviously a 2019 and newer. It's got the camera in it. I picked this one up out of a junkyard, and the harnesses are built through another gentleman on one of the forums. They were out of stock, so I just kind of went ahead and ordered some wire, figured out the pins and all. So we kind of have the first part. If you're looking to install this, I'll have another video on just installing it and building the harness. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to mess with programming the truck so that when we turn it on, we have the screen. All right, so we're inside the truck. One thing I do want to note is if you're using a laptop, you want to make sure, like this one's a little bit older laptop, so I've got it plugged up to a power source just to make sure I don't lose any type of power to the laptop, because if that were to happen while I'm programming, it probably wouldn't be a good scenario. It may just fail the program, but especially with like engine programming, if you lose power while programming an ECM, there's a high potential that you could mess something up. So I always plug into a power source of some sort just for the laptop part of it. These OBD Link EXs are compatible with FORScan for you Ford guys, but also with the RAM or FCA processes as well. The next thing I want to note here is that this OBD Link EX, a lot of you guys have asked, you know, are there any other cheaper models? The OBD Link MX Plus, it's gone up in price since I've purchased it over 2 years ago. So I think it's almost doubled in price. When I bought it, it was like 50 or 60 bucks. And I think now on Amazon you can have one for upwards of $90 to $100 in some cases. So the EX, I don't want to quote what the price is right now because it could have gone up in the last couple weeks. I don't know, but this will be a cheaper option than your MX Plus. It is a hardwired option, so it's going to go USB to OBD. All right, so we got our cable hooked up. I always use a pen and paper just to write down what exactly I changed. So if I have to go back and change something back, I know exactly what I changed. I know in previous videos I've said, you know, program one thing, wait 5 minutes. Apparently that's no longer a thing that you have to do. I think it was more or less good practice for guys that, you know, if you don't know exactly what is causing an issue, you can kind of go back and pinpoint and prevent your BCM from, you know, getting messed up or whatever, by not trying to load too much stuff into it or change too many things at one time. All right, so we hooked the cable, the OBD Link EX, to the OBD2 port. All right, we've got our program up on the laptop. We've connected it to the USB port here, and now we're gonna go ahead and show you. There's a couple things that you need to know on the program so that you can communicate with the truck. All right, so when you first come into the program, you're gonna have start, so it'll be in regular mode. All right, it's gonna show you this, and mine was not connecting. If you just hit connect, it's just gonna say up here in the status, it'll say, I forgot what it says, but it's like processing or connecting or something like that, and it just kind of stays there. So what I had to do is on the interface right here, you want OBD Link USB Bluetooth, right? You can click on it and it'll come up with all this other stuff, but this will work for the USB cable or the Bluetooth module. And then the COM port was blank, so mine's plugged in the COM port 3. You just want to hit this, drop down to COM port 3, and then you hit connect. Oh, it says please wait up top, and then up here it'll say connecting. Now it's connected. So just like on the tablet version, you have your start, and then you're going to go to the car with the open hood, active diagnostics. All right, from here you have a drop down menu. These are just all things that you can activate. So again, you want to scroll down until you hit car configuration change. All right, you can find the settings simply by typing it in here, and I'm looking for LED. So there's a couple things that I want to enable to get our soft key on the radio, but also to make sure that we don't get a, you know, like a lamp out indicator or fault message. We're going to be putting in an LED third brake light, so that is something that I'm going to enable. So I type in LED, and it'll come up with all the LED anything that you have in your BCM that could be enabled. So LED reverse lamps, stop lamps, rear turns, tail lamps, etc., etc. All right, so we're going to scroll down until we see LED Chmsl. So center high mount stop lamp present. We're going to put that in. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to select my value of yes, and I'm going to tell it to start. Okay, now it's going to say current status of the component is no. Click next to change the system setting selected. I'll click next. Okay, procedure complete. All right, so now let's go to the next one. But in the process of doing this, I'm also going to write down what I've changed. Okay, so I wrote that down. I try to write down what the previous setting was, and then what I set it to, and whether it completed the process or it didn't. That way I can articulate that. If I have a problem, I can ask somebody who maybe has a little bit more experience with this than I do. All right, now we just want to scroll until we find the Chmsl. Actually, we might try camera. So let's go ahead and type in camera. All right, vehicle configuration 1 Chmsl camera. So we want that one. We want to say yes. Start. Current status of the component is no. Click next. Procedures complete. All right. Go ahead and write this one down as activating it, and let's see if we got our soft key on the radio. All All right, so we disconnected from the truck, we turned it off. I don't think we cycled the key once already. I don't think we've got the soft key yet. As you can see, it's not on here yet. So it might just take a couple key cycles. It might take just some time. So I'll come back to it in just a little bit and see if we've got it after a while. It is showing that everything is set to present, so I don't think it's a setting issue. Alright guys, so when it comes to whether you want the Bluetooth or the USB OBD link adapter or communication module, I think either one is a good product. It just depends on what you want to use as the operating system. So either a tablet or a laptop. I think you could still use a laptop with the OBD Link MX Plus just fine. But if you're looking for a cheaper option, this one right now I believe is around $90 to $100 on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below for this one. But the OBD Link EX I just looked up, it's about $49. Normally it's $59, but for some reason on Amazon they're $49.95 right now, or $49.99. So good option. Like I said, FCA vehicles as well as Ford, so you can use this same cable with Ford, Forescan, but you cannot use this cable without the Alfaobd or Forescan. So the Alfaobd will not work on Ford stuff, so you have to use Forescan. Just, I know some guys will probably be wondering that, but you cannot use Alfaobd on anything but FCA vehicles. Alright, so if you guys are interested in either one of these, you can find them on Amazon. They'll be linked below. The promo codes that we have been given by OBD Link are redeemable only on obdlink.com, but they are 20% off both for the MX Plus and the OBD Link EX. So if you guys use code MKSOFFROADMX, capital letters, doesn't matter or anything like that, but it'll be 20% off the MX Plus. And then if you use MKSOFFROADEX, no spaces in between on either one of those, just all together, that'll give you 20% off of the OBD Link EX. So go ahead and shoot over to obdlink.com and redeem your 20% off on either one of these products, and let me know how you guys like them. I've been using the OBD Link MX Plus for several years now. The OBD Link EX just came out not too long ago, and I just used it for the first time today, and it was good. I mean, it programmed everything that I needed to program, although it hasn't set in the BCM yet, but I will be doing some more testing myself with the OBD Link EX as far as changing tire size and stuff like that via computer rather than tablet. But I kind of carry this one, the OBD Link MX Plus, and the tablet with me pretty much at all times, just because it's a good code reader. If you have any issues, you can read codes, you can do certain diagnostic procedures and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome what these things are capable of doing. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button and that bell notification so when we upload new content, you get notified as soon as we upload it.